What's up again, viewers? Brian here at 3TR, and welcome to another episode of the People's Questions, episode 38. Now, this actually may be my biggest and longest episode of the People's Questions that I've done up to this point, because I have a lot of announcements, a couple of shout-outs to do, and I congratulate the winner, and I have a major contest announcement at the end of this video. Now, to get started, I first have to congratulate the winner of last Friday's contest question, SmoothAce, who managed to get all three answers right as for what were my three favorite character villains in each different media. And for video games, it was Seymour from Final Fantasy X and the T-1000 for movies, which I would say probably 90% of you all got. But the one that all of you guys were missing, I got tons of answers. I don't think I got less than 40 answers for this one, but SmoothAce got it, and the answer is Merrick from Yu-Gi-Oh! And yes, that is an anime, and yes, I currently do play, or I should say I kind of gotten back out of retirement and tried to get back into the game. But yeah, Merrick is the answer. If you want, I'll tell you what episode he does say the lion, but congratulations to you, SmoothAce, for getting it. I've already sent you your PlayStation Network card, and hopefully you will spend it wisely. And on a side note, I actually like to give a special shout out to 90s Was the Best, because I have to tell you, man, you probably are the most determined contestant I've had so far, and I really comment to you on using your strategy of sending your answers to me in a message instead of putting them in the comments down below so everyone can see and then steal your answers. So that was very smart of you, and hopefully maybe you'll use that in future videos. You might need it by the end of this one, perhaps, because you may need it. And now on to get to you guys' questions. Now, I actually got about 11 questions this time, and I don't want to try to just rush through them unless I have to, but I'll try to spend a decent amount of time with each one. So let's get started. The first question comes from I can never say your name right. Tranquilico Man 91, and your first question was, what were my thoughts on the new PlayStation Super Slim, and is it necessary? I don't necessarily think it's necessary, but I think it's a good idea. You know, it uses less power as far as I'm concerned. The fan is quieter. It's a different look, and 3 being my favorite number, I don't mind having 3 PlayStation 3s. I've already ordered mine. It just Amazon's shipments kind of stock's kind of low, so they'll send it to me as soon as they can. But you know, they haven't taken the money out yet, so that's good. So yeah, I definitely am going to get this newer slim one, and when I do, maybe I'll do an unboxing of it and kind of show you the differences, because then I'll have all 3 different models of the PlayStation. I just wish they did different colors instead of just all black, but I think Japan has white, so I definitely like it, and I'll definitely show a video when I get it my own. Your next question was, what were my thoughts on Rockstar Collection Volume 1? I've never heard of that. My guess is it's something dealing with rock music, maybe something with the guitar. As far as that concerns, I don't really do too many guitar games. I do have 2 myself, but I rarely play them. I'm more of a dancing type game, and which is why I am looking forward to getting maybe probably the 3 Dance Central games. But when I get an Xbox, that's probably going to be the only reason I will even pick up an Xbox, is just to play those 3 games, because that is the one major advantage I say Kinect has over most dancing games like you would have, like Just Dance on the Wii and Uncle Jackson the Experience like I have on my PlayStation 3. And your last question was kind of a long one, but I kind of shortened it, and you wanted to know my thoughts on board games getting turned into movies. Well, after the total colossal failure of Battleship, I don't really see a point to making I mean, the thing about board games is board games don't have stories, they have objectives. And although you could use those objectives to tell a story, you'd have to create characters that we actually can invest in and care about. And seeing how these are all games for kids, it's really going to be hard to try to get adults to go see this movie. Although with kids, maybe kids will drag their parents in to go see them, so it might be successful. So as long as they make good enough characters and a plot that actually works with the whole objective of the game, then I think it could work. But if you do something like Battleship and completely just do your own thing, it will be a complete failure and you will look like a total idiot. Next question comes from Fortrix Mega Man, and you wanted to know, what is my favorite plot twist in a movie or that I've never saw coming? Many people in terms of movies would say like the biggest plot twist of all time would be Vader telling Luke that he's his father, which, you know, I saw that coming, and seeing how it had been out for like 20 years, it wasn't a shock to me. But by far the biggest plot twist I ever saw happen was the twist at the end of Infamous 1, where spoiler alert, you find out that the villain of the whole game, which is Kessler, is actually your older self who has come back in time, killed your and his girlfriend in order to train you and prepare you for Infamous 2 when you take on the Beast. I never saw that coming. That idea of using time travel and your future self combating your younger self was just completely off the board, and I really give serious props to the guys who wrote that one, because I never saw that coming, and that is by far the best plot twist I've ever experienced. The next question comes from DL Duell, and you wanted to know what were my thoughts on a possible reboot or remake of Back to the Future trilogy, and who would I cast? As far as it stands now, I hope they never have to remake Back to the Future, but seeing how a lot of 80s movies are getting remade, it's possible that they might go to Back to the Future. So if that's the case, who would I cast? I wouldn't mind seeing Joseph Gordon-Levitt play Marty. I think he definitely could pull off kind of a high school type of guy. He definitely has a lot of acting talent and a lot of energy, so I definitely could see that. However, I'm not exactly sure what period of time we would do this. Like, it's 2012 now, so we're kind of already close to the future setting that they did in part 2. So what I can't decide is what time period you want to set this at, what type of car they want to use, and I don't know who to play the Doc, but it would need to be an elderly actor who's definitely known for being funny, but definitely can pull off that he is very intelligent look, and definitely concerned about time paradoxes and changing the future, where we are and why, and all that kind of stuff. So that's my thoughts on Back to the Future remake or reboot. Next question comes from Super Deadpool 124321, yeah. And you wanted to know what comic book character would I like to see adapted into a movie or a video game. I spent a lot of time thinking about this, and I really would like to see a movie or a video game done. You're gonna think I'm crazy. I mean, this has kind of been done, but I actually would like to see a true origin story for the main 3 Robins, or make some type of storyline where they all can interact with each other. Because I know that in many storylines, Tim and Dick have worked together before, but I would really like to see a confrontation with all 3 of them. Like, maybe have Jason, maybe he comes back all crazed up, and, you know, maybe he wants to wipe out all the other Robins, so it'll be Dick and Tim versus Jason. That would be like the ultimate Robin clash. Although although those Robins have been projected in animated movies or in live action films, I don't think in terms of live action or video games we've ever seen a true Robin story, because a lot of people have the stereotypical view of Robin that he's a little pussy kid and he's not dark at all and he's just used as a meat shield. But Robin is just as dark of a character as Bruce. It's just a different type of darkness, and he doesn't want to, none of them want to venture Bruce's path. They all want the same goal, they just want to do it their own way, and I think that's definitely worth their own storytelling or video game. Next question comes from I don't know how to say your last name, I'll try my best, but you go by the name of Zook Z Enchigo. I'm sorry, I've probably put the name right here. I'm sorry I butchered it. But if you can like tell me how it's pronounced, and I'll be sure to get it right the next time. And you want to know what 3 games are must-buys if you want to start a PlayStation 3 library collection. Personally, if you were someone like me who actually didn't mind cutscenes, I would throw in Metal Gear Solid 4, but the 3 different ones for like a newcomer, would be God of War 3, Uncharted 2, and Infamous 2. Definitely those 3 games, strictly on the PlayStation exclusive list, definitely must-haves for a PlayStation 3 library, because those games really define why PlayStation stands apart from Xbox and Nintendo, because they can just do things that, you know, the other 2 can't. The next question, which he sent 4 in, and these are the last questions, come from Epic Art House. Sorry if I hope I got that right. And you had 4 questions, and your first question was, what are some of my hobbies? Well, besides going to the movies by myself, which I usually hate doing it, I usually prefer going with, I really like to go with friends or some of you out there. And gaming, I do have, I'm a fan of taking pictures. If you've seen my Facebook page, I actually have a album, and it's called The World I See. And I always have I have 1 or 2 cameras with me anytime I leave the house, or even if I go to work. And I see lots of beautiful images, like maybe a cloud formation, or maybe we have a lot of really beautiful sunsets here in Vegas. And if there's enough cloud, you actually see just a massive red cloud, and it kind of looks like the sky is on fire in a way, and it's just beautiful looking. And I usually take a camera with me, usually when I go out to visit friends or go out of state. And other hobbies I do work out 3 to 4 times a week, usually if I'm closing, because I usually like to go to the gym after work, which is really late, so I have the gym all to myself. I do like to read, make sure my brain's working just fine to keep up with today's standards. I like to socialize with people, but unfortunately I have really no friends at the time living here in Vegas. They've all kind of moved away, and so I'm definitely kind of in the process of trying to move somewhere else so I can meet other friends and be more outgoing, because trust me, if you meet me in person, I'm usually a very shy person, and I'm not good at starting conversations, but if you can bring up a topic, I'm good at keeping them going. And those are just a few of the just well-known hobbies that you would know just from meeting me for the first time. Your second question was, do I write stories? I used to write. I used to write a lot when I was in high school. I actually have I think 6 stacks, well not stacks, 6 whole composition books where I was writing my own book, and it was called Boys versus Girls, and it's kind of a battle, the sexist one, but it's kind of viewed for if this was actually turned into a massive real war in terms of survival, how would that play out? I showed it to a lot of my friends, and they thought it was good. However, they just kind of thought that when I got to the female parts, I didn't know how to write strong female characters, and that's probably something I probably would agree with. But a lot of great story writers have that problem too. I mean, look at guys like Frank Miller. He cannot write females to be strong women. They have to be whores, strippers, hookers. So that's just how he writes women. Maybe I need to hang out with more women more to kind of get the feeling of strong women characters. Your third question was, have I seen the TV show Misfits? No, I have not time to look into that, but if you ever ask me that question again, I promise you I will have a definite answer for that. I'll have to look into that, because I don't actually really watch too much TV much. I usually more watching movies or playing games or working on the 3TR and work and a bunch of other stuff. And your last question, the last question of this episode is, what are some of my favorite TV shows? I actually have a channel on DirecTV that actually shows all the 90s Nickelodeon shows. All of them, definitely some of my favorites. I would still watch them today, like Doug, Rocco, Old School Rugrats, Video Arcade, all that, Keenan and Kel, Cousin Skeeter, all those shows, still watch them today. I wish I had them on DVD so I could show all my other friends who missed them. Some of the older Power Rangers shows, I still watch them, but in terms of newer shows, I actually really like Big Bang Theory, Family Guy, Simpsons, definitely a lot of South Park, Yu-Gi-Oh, definitely the first number of seasons, not this newer stuff that we have today. Yeah, and those are just a few of them there's a whole list, and I can do a whole video on that. And those are all the questions that you guys have sent me over the past week. Again, wow, thank you. This has to be the most questions I've had in a long time. And again, thank you for helping me with episode 37. I forgot to mention at the beginning of this video that episode 37 is the first and only People's Questions episode to hit over 100 views. I've been trying to do that since I started this all the way back in February, and I have all of you guys to thank for that. And now to get on to the contest question. This is going to be a little bit complicated because next month I'm going to be purchasing a lot of major purchases, so I need the extra money for myself, and I am in the process of moving somewhere else to have more filming space and to update everything on the show itself. And so for the month of November, I will not be doing any contest questions, and so I really need to get my I would like to call second season 3TR contest champion out by next Friday. And so this particular contest is exclusive only for those of you who are 2-time winners, and I have 5 of them. So if you are one of these guys' names, this contest question is for you. And the 5 are Digitalman123, Gizmo Tech Best, SmoothAce. Although SmoothAce, if you do see this, you don't necessarily have to enter this particular contest to give like someone else a chance at being a champion, because I do at the end, as I told you before, I am going to get like 3 champions, put them all together, and we're going to have like the ultimate $100 contest, which will come probably sometime next year. And DL Duel. So if you're one of those 5 guys, this question is exclusively for you. For those of you out there who want to still try, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait till December when we start this all over again, and you'll have your chance of, you know, getting money. And so the contest question for you 5 only is simply this. I know I said that the last question was going to be the last multi-answer question, and I was going to save this for November, around when James Bond came out, and it is quite simply, what are my 3 favorite James Bond films? Now, you know, it's quite simple. I'm going to give you guys a clue right now, and I'll give you a second clue for each individual movie to help you out by tomorrow, probably maybe tomorrow afternoon sometime when I get back from work. But the only clue I'm going to give right now on this episode right now is that all 3 of them are played by different Bonds, and they're from 3 different, I'd like to say, decades. That's the only clue I'm going to give right now. Tomorrow I'm going to give specific clues for each of these movies, and you don't even have to put it in the right order, just list them. Just so, my top 3 favorite James Bond films. If you think you know the answer, one of you guys 5, you can either type your answer down below in the comments, or if you're smart like 90s was the best, you can send it to me personally to keep your answer secret, because I will respond to you, and if you are close, I will let you know if you're getting closer. Like say you have 2 out of 3 answers right, or you have like, I don't know, it's like 60% of them right. And if you guys win, then you will win your 3rd PlayStation Network card or Xbox Points cards, and that will then put you in the running for next Friday's contest question, which we will be doing the $50 card, and I am going to pick up a $50 Xbox card in case the winner wants an Xbox $50 card instead of a PlayStation 50 Network card. And if you like this review, please like, comment down below, and subscribe at the top and keep track of me in my future videos. Remember, keep sending your questions in. They can be on anything. They help me out immensely. Again, I'm sorry to all of you out there who will not be able to enter in this particular season's contest, but I promise you the questions are going to keep coming. Starting December 7th, that's when everyone's record's going to be wiped, and it's going to be everyone got to win 3 victories. You get put in the contest. We do it all over again one last time, and then we have the big finale, which I have no idea when that's going to be. So again, thank you guys for watching. Keep sending your questions. I'm sorry if this video was really long, as I said at the beginning, and thank you guys for watching, and good luck.